Hello, everyone. Scotty Reed here, founder of the Black Talk Radio Network and Black Talk Media Project. Of course, I host the podcast Black Talk Radio News with Scotty Reed. I'm shooting this video actually from my Android phone. And this video, I want to focus on a story that I should have did a week ago, or a video I should have did a week ago, but I kept putting it off. Other things was coming up. But I'm going to do that video now and let it illustrate why it's important that people in the Black community, I'm talking to the grassroots folks out there, that y'all continue to support or start supporting independent Black media infrastructure like we have built at Black Talk Radio Network. And now we have our own social media BTR community. But our main mission and goal is to teach people how to use new media technology. Everybody don't know how to do it, and also to elevate independent Black media producers. Now, our ultimate goal is to one day be able to establish brick and mortar digital radio stations or media centers in Black communities to replace the terrestrial radio stations that we have lost. I mean, we have lost ownership of so much media property since the 1996 Telecommunications Act was passed, which allowed, the big media corporations to buy up stations, and then, the Black radio stations and what have you could not compete. We've never really had any television stations, but radio stations, at least we owned our own. All right, so anyway, this is going to focus on, actually, this was 2 weeks ago that I should have talked about this. There is a major issue with Black people working for white corporations, media corporations specifically, whether we're talking MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, you name it, whether we're talking strictly online publications like The Root, one of my least favorite outlets out there that's targeting Black people by hiring Black people who are willing to attack Black people. This is about a political attack, the marginalization of Black males by Black people working in corporate media, who are controlled or at least want to be snuggled up to power, so that they can get access to power for their little fluff pieces that they do on these political candidates. But they go all out in attacking Black males whenever we question, the record. In this case, Kamala Harris. It also occurred during Hillary Clinton's run when Black people, and I don't know why they want to focus on the Black male only, but I mean, that's typical of racist America to attack the Black male first, and then, destroy the rest of the family. But again, I'm talking about Black people who are getting paid, who I don't know what these people's salary are, but they're attacking other Black people for raising legitimate concerns. So anyway, 2 weeks ago, I posted The Root, which is owned by Univision, is openly admitting they plan to attack Black males who have concerns about Kamala Harris's record as a prosecutor and attorney general because he thinks many of them are just sexist and need to move on. Now, he used some more colorful language, and there's his tweet right there. I'll be reporting on this throughout the year, but I don't buy the logic that many Black men aren't backing Kamala Harris because of her criminal justice record. Many don't like her because of their own insecurities and sexism, and I just wish they admit it and move the F on. Now, this is a journalist working for Univision, which is owned by white Mexicans, I believe. Yeah. But they're not owned by Black people. They're owned by those European descendant white people who speak Spanish and pretty much run Mexico in those places. Like, so Univision isn't a Black owned, but he's a Black man working for them. I did a little background research on them. But first, let's tackle his tweet. Well, I don't give a damn about what he's buying or the logic. I mean, it's simple. If your office argued as Attorney General that we can't ease overcrowding, we don't want to ease overcrowding and let some of these low-level offenders out speed up some paroles or whatever for nonviolent offenders, because we would lose a cheap labor pool. And we need these, California's on fire, suffering all of these forest fires and what have you, burning down entire neighborhoods. And we just can't afford to pay firefighters to come from other areas of the country to fight these fires, because then we would have to pay them whatever the federal wage is or the prevailing wage is for firefighters' work. So what we'll do is train up a bunch of prison slaves, and we'll send them out there and fight them fires and risk their lives for $1 a day. That's what we'll do. So I'm sorry if you don't understand the logic of that, which I know you're lying, Mr. Starr. You understand the logic of that. You understand the logic of the rest of her record and what have you. You understand it. No, what you are is a agent of the DNC, the establishment. That's what you are. You're trying to suck up so that you can get access to these type of candidates. It's not that you don't understand the logic, and who gives a damn if you buy it or not. It's a real thing, and it's a legitimate issue. And, I don't know, where did you get this poll from? But you didn't do a poll, obviously. How can you qualify or quantify? You're saying they don't like many, and how many is many, but many don't like her because of their own insecurities and sexism, and you wish they'll just admit it. Why don't you just admit that you're a misandrist tool working for the corporate media, marginalizing black men? Okay, like yourself. But them butter biscuits must have you thinking that you're immune to racism. So again, as I noted to him on Twitter, black people, black men, and it was women too. It's not just black men who don't support Kamala Harris as a candidate because of her record. It's women too. All right. Same thing with Hillary Clinton. Black people were raising these concerns, but they tried to make it all about males, misandry, with a misandrist attack saying, oh, they just don't want her because she's a woman. They don't want to vote for her. They ain't got none. I'm not buying the logic that she called for the murder of a head of state of Libya, a Pan-Africanist leader by the name of Muammar Gaddafi, who was given billions of dollars to spend on infrastructure inside of Africa, gave Africa its first communication satellite, all of that, was giving Africans jobs so that they wouldn't have to go into Europe looking for jobs. So, also Hillary Clinton calling black boys and brown boys super predators, and her role in mass incarceration, just like Joe Biden's going to be called to the carpet for his role. So, y'all wanted to simply dismiss us. Our legitimate concerns is, oh, we're just misogynists, we're just sexist, and what? It ain't got nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. Okay? So anyway, this guy, I could float all kind of stuff out there about him, like, him working based in Kiev, Ukraine. Is he working for some Nazis or something that, hate black people, or what? What's going on with this guy? But these are the type of people that get featured in the mainstream, that get access to power, because they're not going to ask them real questions. They're actually going to ask, instead of doing a job of being a journalist, we got this man putting out opinions and what have you, marginalizing black men who have legitimate concerns about candidates out here. And, he's just one. So, he talks about how he interviewed Kamala Harris. So, of course, he's going to attack black men, let her know, oh, I'll attack these black men. They got a problem with your record. Yeah, give me that interview. I won't ask you any real questions or what have you. Anyway, this is a pattern in mainstream media. I've noticed it on MSNBC, on CNN, and here's a couple of more examples. So Tim Black did a segment on this very thing concerning Kamala Harris, and I want you to pay attention really not to the Dr. Johnson or whatever this man's name is that's going to be citing very legitimate concerns, blue collar working class black men. I don't even know if we got to put the labels on it and divide up. All black people should be concerned, but they're focusing on black males, and I guess, they must need our votes or something. But anyway, pay attention to what Joy Ann Reid, one of the most despicable, lioness propagandists working for corporate media you'll see on your television. And watch how she, following Hillary Clinton's lead in the DNC establishment talking points, any legitimate concerns come up, just dismiss those people and their concerns as, hey, they're just misogynists. So that's what's going on, people. This is why we need our own media. So take a listen.
They be locking Native Americans up or why, but they sure like to lock them up based on how many Native Americans there are. So this guy, Dr. Jason Johnson, he went on MSNBC. He's a contributor on MSNBC, and he made some statements that were very reasonable. He said he felt that blue-collar black men would have a problem voting for Kamala Harris because she was a DA and an attorney general.
Right. This is the Achilles heel of the Harris campaign. The moment that she heads into the real primary, everybody's being nice and playing friendly now, right? But when the Democrats really start stabbing each other in the back, which I'd say is in about 2 or 3 months, this is what she's going to get hit with. Yes, she can talk about implicit bias. Yes, she can talk about improvements that she made marginally in this territory and that. And then people are going to remind her of the fact that she was on record as advocating using prison slave labor to fight forest fires in California. Then people are going to mention the fact that she implemented a truancy policy that basically is the school to prison pipeline that many African Americans and Latinos have complained about. She can't get away from this issue. And I really do think that ultimately this might be her undoing. I think that Senator Harris is a dynamic, intelligent, and highly qualified candidate. But if she can't find a way to reconcile the problems with her criminal justice record with the policies that she says that she wants to implement if she becomes president, she's not going to get through a primary.
Or what you're saying there, it sounds like what you're saying there, Jason, is that African American men are not going to support a black woman candidate. That's kind of what
I'm saying. African American men might have a problem with a candidate who will be portrayed, fairly or not, as having thrown a lot of black men in jail.
That a crazy thought.
So again, my whole point is to focus on the misandry and the attack on the black male by black women and other black men that's working for mainstream media. Again, the ultimate point that I want to make with this video is why we need our own infrastructure. Black Talk Media Project's a nonprofit new media organization. We've been around since 2008. We were just recognized as the #1 black audio podcast and digital radio platform for black people on the planet. Not research based on a popularity contest or anything like that, but it was research done by a research marketing team and a media research team based in India. They came up with this based on Google rankings, based on quality of podcasts, based on quantity of podcasts, and just a number of factors there. So we're #1. And we have to build our own media infrastructure. We got to get past just having the #1 audio podcasting and digital radio platform for black people. We got to actually build media centers where we're doing like the local news, okay? Where we're on 24/7, bringing you local news, local information, local music, artists, whatever, so there's no reason that we can't do this. Marcus Garvey built the largest black-owned targeting the African diaspora and Africa in the world. It had the largest distribution, and we can do that without a whole lot of support from corporations. How did Garvey do what he did? With small donations from working class people. All we're asking for our latest fundraiser, $24 a year. So the misandry, the black male misandry, or misandry directed at black males, doesn't stop there. Somebody informed me, let's take a look at Simone Sanders catches heat for belittling unsolicited opinions from black men. Let's take a look at this article. It's being reported by the Griot. So you had CNN contributor Simone Sanders facing some pretty stiff backlash from social media after her dismissive tweet of black men's opinions spurred by op-ed about Kamala Harris. So, here we got this woman, again, working for CNN, attacking black men. And when you attack black men, like Malcolm X said, you attack us all. You attack the black woman, you attack the black child. We are a family, and you're attacking us all. But for some reason, they want to really focus on marginalizing black males. So the issue, it says, began when Sanders dismissively responded to an op-ed in the Miami New York Times by former 2 Live Crew frontman Luther Campbell that says that Harris's history as a district attorney in San Francisco would be a legitimate issue for black voters, particularly black men. So this is what she had to say. Let's see. She says that Uncle Luke is no political mastermind or strategist. Sanders tweeted, "Why do black men keep popping up with their unsolicited opinions about Kamala Harris?" Well, it might have something to do with the fact that she's running for president. It might have something to do with the fact that they're American citizens. It might have something to do with the fact that they're being asked for votes. It might have something to do with the fact that they are impacted more than any group by these policies. So that's why, So it's like she just saying black men need to shut up. That's misandry. That I don't know what her sexual orientation is. I don't know who she dates or how she identifies. But it's misandry. It's misandry. I mean, she could be a straight black female with a black male spouse and still be a misandrist. Still hate black men. She just happens to find one who can fulfill her needs and tolerate her misandry. So, I don't know these people's history, but again, it's not just women, it's men as well. All right, so I'm going to bring this to a close. This has been Scotty Reed, Black Talk Radio News, with a commentary. Hey, another way that you can support our efforts to build independent black media infrastructure, not just platforms online, but actual media centers in our communities, is by joining BTR Community, our social media platform, where you can do everything that you do on these other networks. Let me see, where would you go to join? Right there. So you click join. You'll get a pitch on why you should join, similar to what I just told you. Put in your username, your email, and your account will be set up in less than 24 hours. That's one of the ways that we are trying to be self-sustaining, not needing corporate advertisement, millions of dollars being spent by corporate advertisers, by the same corporations that's harming our people. We need our independence. We need to be able to speak without a filter, within reason. So that's just one of the ways that you could join. Or you could also go to blacktalkradionetwork.com, the number one outlet for black audio podcasts and digital radio streams. All right, you could go there. If you're a black podcaster, even if you're on YouTube, hey, we can help you distribute your content. We ain't saying you got to leave these other platforms, but join our platform, become a BTRN publisher for just $24 a year. Same as our social media membership. You can, we have a YouTube hub to help you import your videos. You can set it up on auto import and let us help you distribute your content. Okay, but podcasting, if you're a podcaster, definitely you got to be with us, because again, I've been saying it for years based off of my research and analyzing the metrics, but people didn't believe me. Maybe y'all believe this third party who awarded us the top spot in their top 25 black podcasts. You could click on the link to go to blog.feedspot.com/black_podcast. You'll find out their criteria. Let me see, the Black Podcast list, the best Black podcasts from thousands of Black podcasts. Let me close that. Of Black podcasts on the internet. Man, I can't see because this share thing is in the way. Based on search and social metrics. Subscribe to these audio podcasts because they are actively working to educate, inspire, and empower their readers with frequent updates and high-quality episodes. If your blog gets selected in this list, you had the honor of displaying a badge on your blog. And as I stated, if you go down, Black Talk Radio, #1. We are a small nonprofit here in North Carolina. Been operating for 18 years, managing the Black Talk Radio Network. And we are the largest independent Black digital radio and podcasting platform, but we need to take it from being just only online to being in the real world. So we can have these media community centers where we can be the media that we so desperately need. All right. Thanks for watching. Peace and blessings to all.